Hi, this is John Reed, and today we're going to talk about balancing your prop. Now, it's extremely important that we balance props because an out-of-balance prop can cause a lot of excessive vibration on the plane, which can loosen up screws in your engine. It can loosen up joints, glue joints on your plane, cause permanent damage to the plane and to the engine. So we always want to balance a prop. Even if they say they come balanced, always balance them out. Now, the same method for balancing a wood prop is the same that you'd use on an APC plastic prop, another vinyl composite prop such as the master air screw. You balance that same way. Even when you have a carbon fiber prop, you want to balance it the same way that you would any wood prop. And there are two ways of doing that. We have a light and we're going to have a heavy side. When you put on the balancer, it's going to fall one way or the other. And the side that it falls is the heavy side. Now we can remove material by using some sandpaper and just sanding off the material and then wiping it off, blowing it off, and then putting it back on there and testing. You can also use a hobby knife and just scrape it off like that, scrape off material that way. You want to do it from the top of the prop. Don't change the pitch on the back there. Most of the time you want to try it from the top. You can take little bits off the end, but I generally work on just the top portion of it without losing the airfoil that you have on this. The other method that you can use for balancing a prop is by adding to the light side. So if this side's my light side, I can take and spray on some clear onto it. Here is Luster Coat Crystal Clear. This is Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch, which I bought at my local hardware store. But either one, just spray it on and make sure it dries. Use a blow dryer or something like that to speed it up if you want. But you want to make sure it dries because it's much heavier while it's wet than when it dries. So if you balance it while it's all still wet, once it dries, you're going to find that it's going to be out of balance. The other way of adding is just by using some thin CA and accelerator, and you can wipe on the thin CA, put a drop on there and get a plastic wrap on your finger, maybe take a baggie or something, put it on your finger and spread it around, then hit it with some accelerator, and that way it instantly dries. Wipe it off, wipe off the excess accelerator, and then go ahead and throw it up here and balance it. Now, a lot of people think that when you have a prop that's balanced when it's balanced in the horizontal position. And that's true. The heavier or lighter blade is balanced at that position. But you really want the prop to be able to be balanced, and let's see if this one is, at all points that you turn it. See, as I turn this prop and I get to different spots, it stays and holds that position. That's because it's balanced both horizontally and laterally. And if you can see here, I have added some CA on this side, or I could have subtracted by scraping on this side, which I did a little bit of both here, to get this prop to balance perfectly. So once you get it balanced this direction, what you want to do is you want to put it up here like this, and I'm just going to give it a little shove, and let's say that this side tends to fall and comes back to the horizontal each time. Then you have a heavy side on the prop, which would be this side. In this particular case, it was this side of the prop. So I could remove from the front here, I could remove from here, I could remove from here to lighten it up, or I would just only add right inside the prop hub. And the reason I'd only add here is because most likely you're going to have a spinner on this to cover it up, because it does look kind of ugly there. So you only really want to add on that side there. So once you get a prop balanced, you're going to have it so that it stays in almost any position that you put it in on the prop balancer, and it should just about stay there. Once that happens, then you have a perfectly balanced prop, and that's going to, run smoother. It's going to make your plane travel smoother. It's going to be less damaging to your plane by less vibration. So overall, just a good thing. So remember to always balance your prop, and it doesn't matter. This particular prop balancer I have is the Dubro balancer, but you can use any of them. All of them work quite well. So just make sure that's one of the things that you do when you buy a new prop, or even if you have an old prop, balance it out. Once I get it balanced, I put a mark on them, like B on the hub, so that I know that they're balanced, and then I never have to worry about it again unless I damage the prop a little bit, but it doesn't hurt to check them once in a while either. So just a little tip there on balancing the prop and how to go about doing it.